Do I need to be closer? Okay. Calling the December 9th, 2025 Architectural Review Board for the city of Brentwood, Missouri to order. Calling the,
Those are all yours, that's why.
calling the roll. Carl Carlin, not here. Paul Turner. Matt Foreman, here.
That wasn't here.
All right. First order of business, approval of October 16th, 2025 meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
You read them.
I wasn't at that meeting.
I haven't seen them yet, so.
We'll table the meeting minutes.
If I can figure out.
You can continue it to the next meeting.
We'll continue it to the next meeting. All right, moving on to old business. We do have a fairly full slate tonight. So 2002 South Brentwood Boulevard, rear side exterior material alteration. You step up and turn on the microphone and we'll get started on this one. All right, so I believe this was discussed at a prior meeting. And we have several issues. I believe it's beyond the purview of this particular board to talk about enforcement.
Correct.
So limiting the comments to the fact that what has been constructed does not match what was approved by the board in 2023. There's two significant differences. One, the massing of the project, an entire second story that was not approved has been already constructed. So the side-by-side documents are up there. And the second major issue, the exterior cladding, is not the vinyl siding with the brick wainscot that was approved in 2023. Is that an accurate statement?
Well, sounds as,
We get you to state your name and address first.
yes, well, sounds, you want me to start on who I am?
State your name and address.
Yes. Okay, my name is May Yang, Y-A-N-G. I am a resident of the city of Brentwood for almost 30 years. And I lived at 2002, and I tried to do the addition for my own purpose because my house is it's only 1,300 square feet from beginning. And so I feel like I need to do an addition for, if I want to stay there for the rest of my life, I think that will be, because it's a two-story, it's no bedroom in the first floor, no shower room in the first floor. So I decided to take the addition. So I decided to stay until maybe the day I die. But we started the project like way back like last year, like December. But we turned in, I believe it's the ARV for the primary, like just a blueprint to get everything to get going. So the time, we did not really want to have anything fixed yet, but we don't know what to do with the exterior. So we put it like a siding because it is very common to use. So we turn in the blueprint, the time is a low ceiling, not high ceiling. And then my last year, the whole year, I wasn't really in the country here because I've been overseas. During the blueprint turn-in, I came in to sign when I was in town, and I came in to apply. So the application and the blueprint is separate, turn-in by my architect from the digital. So I'm aware of the low ceiling. Then later on, I talked to him about the low ceiling because I asked him about a higher ceiling. The company doing my project, the architect kind of suggests I should maybe just do a low ceiling because energy saver. So I thought, well, okay. So, but a few months later on, I decided to have a higher ceiling. So everything the same, square feet the same, just raise up to the ceiling height will be the same as the loft, the part. And the height of the roof is match my original house. So that's the idea. So my architects kind of turn in and revise everything and turn in with a digital again and to I believe it's to Chris the email. That was like several months later. But we didn't even start the construction. And so I say that's good. But he has no any idea he need to go apply because he was in the ARB review from beginning. I didn't attend because I wasn't in town. The whole year I wasn't here, just only a few days I came back and then I was gone all the time. So he has no idea. He's not resident of the city of St. Louis, city of the Brentwood. He lived in the St. Charles, so he has no idea. He need to follow up with that. But he turned in that email to Chris, but Chris probably didn't respond to him at all. So, I would just make an assumption myself. I thought that he already get approved, so we keep going, and so the construction began in December, I believe, in the winter time. So continue. So we put the truss to be fabricated, and the truss during the construction, the truss we got approved from the city though. From Chris, is that Chris? They call the city, and then I believe Chris came with the drawing and Mitch, okay, the trust, so he approved that. So we have no idea until I have not aware of anything wrong until because of the issue is the exterior. From siding, I favor with the tile. I'm also in the interior design area. I'm an interior designer. I have been interior designer for 26 years. So I have a little bit more different opinion, use a different material than the regular one. I have that more different vision than the other people. I would say, I'm not saying I'm trying to be exclusive, but I thought that the tile will be, in the future, will be very good for the weather, for everything. So I started about that, and then talked to the manufacturer of Dell Tile. So they give me an idea. A lot of people doing that right now in the more luxury, in the more high-end area. So I didn't know I had to, no attention, say I do the alteration without the permit. I have no idea about that part. But from the low ceiling to the high ceiling, that one I wasn't aware of that. We thought that we already turned in the blueprint, but didn't get a response. But not knowing about, we need to go follow up to get the ARB review again. No idea until the day I came in for this issue. Then I look at it, I say, why my building still in the low ceiling? So I kind of pinpoint that to get everybody's attention. So I at this point, I'm just kind of apologize. I have no idea, no clue, because I wasn't in the country at the time. So I want you to tell me what I should do. And we got checked. The truss is up. Chris was there and look at it, the blueprint. Oh, okay, everything's good. So he approved that. And then we doing all the porcelain tile, everything. He didn't say anything. not even catch you, well, whoa, what you are doing, hold on, you don't do this. It's not like we finish this overnight. Impossible.
Right. So when I started the meeting, excuse me, Evan. When
Okay there? Got
I've been
up there?
I've been on virtual meetings all day long. My apologies. I don't know why it's kicking in now. That's why when I started the meeting, I was trying to make a differentiation between the enforcement side
Right,
of the conversation and the architectural review board side.
right.
So the enforcement and the inspection is beyond the purview of this architectural review board.
Correct.
If there's issues to work out with the city, what was approved, what was submitted, what was built, I can't speak to
Yeah,
that tonight.
Chris only reviews and inspects what was submitted and permitted by the city. The fact that the change from the ARB to when they submitted to the planning and zone for the building permit should have been caught, but the architect and the applicant were aware that it had changed without your review.
Excuse me, actually, the city ordinance does state that you cannot change things and submit them differently. So you actually violated the city ordinance for that by doing that, by submitting something different
And
than
then-
what was approved.
Right, so the reason why we're back here tonight was because of the change that that they had made that wasn't caught. The building permit that was approved did include the siding that was as originally approved by the ARB. However, I did not catch the change in the massing of that higher floor. Yeah,
So where we sit today is we have something that was constructed that doesn't match what was approved.
correct.
And with all due respect, you've built in the city of Brentwood before. You've done projects here. You paid me to do a project for you 16, 17 years ago. So I believe you understand the process.
I understand the process, but I didn't understand between my architect turning in, and he sent me, oh, okay, this is an email. I sent in the revision one. So I look at it and say, okay, he has no idea, and I have no any, because I wasn't here. And then the construction is ongoing and ongoing, and the truss is fabricated and then put on the day on the framing. Even I wasn't here to foresee that.
So,
But I don't mean I don't have obligation to get to comply the rule. But I'm just saying that is I am not aware of that. And also besides, I hired a GC. I that's why I'm not here is because I have a GC, but I don't know how much the job he did for me. I have no idea. I pay the money.
so within that context, I
Right.
think our best way forward this evening is to review this as a change to a submission.
Correct.
Because what we're seeing is a second story, and the second story of the new building is approximately 2 feet taller overall, because you're showing 21 feet here, and we're showing 19 feet, we'll round up 7/8 of an inch. So we're 2 feet taller, and it's a significantly larger mass. However, I would say we are at the back of the property. My understanding from the last meeting is, I need to navigate a little bit, excuse me. My understanding from the last meeting is that you've had neighbors come out in favor of your construction. So I believe we're looking, is it this one? Do I have it right back here?
Yes, that looks right.
So we're on Brentwood Boulevard. This addition is visible from Brentwood Boulevard. Given the slope, given the 2-story houses on both sides. Now, I will also go back a little bit in time because I did just go open. This thing is always in the way. So back in March 2023, there were comments that the Architectural Review Board made about window trim and about the material finish. Here they are. They're in magenta, so I know I made them. The architect was to resolve this detail. We're also supposed to get door and window trim, downspouts to be white, all siding to be sandstone, roof shingles to be driftwood, skylight trim to be anodized. So those were the comments from March 2023, and you can see the rest of the massing. And at the time, the discussion was, it's at the back of the house. It looks like a suitable addition. Everything should be fine. If I go back to what I had said previously and separating the two issues with the massing of the house that you've now presented in 2025 compared to 2023, we are substantially taller, 2 feet, and there is much more mass up at the top of the building. I would also say that any comments we made in 2023 about 2024 about window trim and finishes should still apply.
Would still apply, yes.
So separating out the finish, the alternate submission for the massing, height, and size change, I would say still fits within the context of the neighborhood. And I'm asking my board member, Mr. Turner, for his opinion.
So I still feel that the volume of the addition as it's built is much larger than fits in that neighborhood. The thing is that with this particular finish on it, it is a predominant feature at the intersection across the street.
Trying to take these as two separate issues.
Well, so, okay.
Very hard.
So the thing is the volume, let's just start with the volume. The volume is much larger than it was. When I look back at the notes that were, I think it's in the ARB minutes from 3/21/24.
Correct.
There was a specific discussion about the fact that it wasn't a visible addition. It is now a dominant visible.
Because the exterior
Addition.
with the tile,
It's because it's large.
the size is the same. It's only raised up.
By the time you add that extra mass to it, it doesn't look like a shed dormer anymore. It looks like a large 2-story addition on the back of the house. Actually, it looks almost like it's a separate building behind the front building from across the street. This is observation.
So your
So,
guideline is my back has to be
It doesn't
the same
have
as
to-
my front? Is that the guideline?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I just said that it's mass.
It's
is-
substantively different
it's-
than the original approval.
The square
Thank
feet
you.
is the same though.
Well, no, it's substantially different than the neighboring properties.
So, again, trying to reset, take this
Right.
in context. Given the hill, the 2-story houses on either side,
Right.
the fact that it's located in back, and the tree cover. And I agree with you, the massing is much more substantive. But given the hill and the other 2-story additions, if we hadn't been burdened with the whole story prior, would we have approved this in 2023 as far as the massing and the size at the back of the existing house?
So I'm going to backtrack to my memory of the new home down the street. And I don't remember all the specific discussions, but there was a lot of discussion. That project, if I remember correctly, was in front of the board at least 2 to 3 times to develop a mass, yes. And we saw a couple of versions of it. took the different things and they took our ideas. We went back and forth. And it took a while to do that project. But I think in the end, we came up with a solution that was compatible enough with the neighbors that it worked. We went through a long process to do that, and I'm not saying that your project wouldn't eventually get to the stage, but right now, it is not at the stage where I think we would have approved it originally. I think we would have sent it back for a couple more revisions.
So I should also recount for those online and those in the room. And as our website states, the Architectural Review Board has three primary directions. One is to make sure that the massing of the house fits in with the massing of the neighborhood, that the context is being contained, that we don't have things that stand out like a sore thumb, and the materiality fits within that context. So this home, actually, we referred to as a pretty good example, the one that's on the screen, of the board tends to not trying to dictate style. Even if things are different, we want them to fit in within the context of the neighborhood. So this house, as Board Member Turner is pointing out, it is different. It's more modernist. It did take several rounds to get there, but we were able to achieve that. I'm not as concerned about the massing as I am about the material finish.
We're separating the two discussions. I'm saying that I'm already at the massing discussion. I think it was not necessarily, even with the vinyl siding, would not necessarily have gone all the way through. I don't know because we haven't reviewed that process and we're not doing it right now. So that's step one. So now if you want to bring up discussing the material selection and detailing, I'm fine with that too. Can I ask one question though? So did we ever get a final site plan with all the, I think in 23 we still had water remediation, didn't we? Or was that not in place yet? So did we ever get any of those details and all the requirements for that? I'm
Believe there was,
not
yes.
that they're not necessarily our purview, but I think we also review the zoning before it comes in front of the board. So
I just have a new survey just
Okay.
about 2 weeks ago, I think.
yeah, but does it have the percentage calculations and all the requirements that we need for zoning?
Yes, I
Okay.
hired him back
Okay.
to recalculate everything.
So, but we don't have that drawing today either. So just,
I think we submit that survey. I believe
There
John
is a
should have it.
stormwater permit.
okay. So it meets all of the percentage coverage and all the rest of it. Okay.
Yeah, it was approved.
Okay.
Everything is on hold right now, but yes, that was approved.
All right, so I think we do need to comment about the exterior material finish, and then I think we should open the floor for public comment because I believe we do have people here to speak to this. So exterior ceramic tile, I've used it in commercial projects before. You're right, it's a fine material, arguably more durable than vinyl siding. My concern on this is in conjunction with the massing, the varied pattern draws attention to this in a way that is unique to every other residential project I've seen in the last 20 years in the city of Brentwood. If it had come in this way day one, I'm not sure I would have objected to the use of ceramic tile. I do still want to see the window trim nicely detailed into the tile, and I think that's actually critical for the integrity of the building envelope to make sure things aren't leaking, et cetera. I probably would have tried to drive the conversation to less of a varied pattern and maybe using the different colors possibly as a base banding under the windowsills, maybe a floor line banding at the fascia, something to accent where the windows are coming in. But I have issues trying to say that as a material and color, that it fits in within the context of Brentwood residential homes.
I mean, the only thing I would add to some of, I mean, Matt's made suggestions, but there's also, as many people will make, many designers, I will say, will make comments. And instructors will tell you to respect the rest of the face of the house. So right now, the patterning design, and I don't know if this is exactly what's built or not, doesn't necessarily have a respect for what, actually, I think this probably shows better. There we go. That's more of what's out there. So when they built it, it's not the same concept even as to what the drawing is. The drawing, when I look at it a little closer, is at least aligned with the detailing of the windows and the rest of it, and has a higher potential than the final product. The final product, everything's off-center, and then you're punching windows in it. That's a stylistic design, but also the difference between this and the other new home is that this is added onto the back of an existing, very stylized home, rather than it being a cohesive. There are ways to make it all one cohesive design, but it takes a little more on detailing than what we have currently. And again, I could give you a dozen ideas of how to do that, but that's not what we're here to do. We're here to review what's presented to us.
All right, so we've been talking a lot. I'm going to start online. We actually have 7 online participants for attendees. If there's there's 4 attendees, 3 panel members. If any one of the 4 attendees would like to speak, please hit the raise your hand button and I will unmute you. We'll give that a minute. I don't see anybody raising hands. Is there anybody in the chamber that would like to speak about this project?
I'll say that we'll need you to go to the mic and state your name and.
There.
Hi, I'm Brian Cook. I was the person that she had overlooking the project early in the project, and up until framing, maybe a few things after, and my subcontractors that we hired are still working over there. I just wanted to ask, during, we separated it up between the building of the rear addition, how it was presented and how it was constructed. But I think she should get some credit for us being on site with a set of approved plans, having Chris come out and do inspections, and not saying, I wish it would have been called out then by the city, because all I knew was we had a set of plans we were getting, which was the larger build. And we were getting inspections. Chris was coming out and, looking at the plans, had the Brentwood on it. We were, framing up on the second floor. So, at that point, because all the design and all the approval stuff was handled by the architect in May. I know that I had an approved set of plans on site, and that's the way we framed the addition. And so that's kind of my 2 cents on some credit I think should go towards May and the design and keeping it big, because, we were there, we were going off a set of plans, and we built what we had. As far as the colors go, we did state that exterior was probably a very fine exterior, a quality product to use in the exterior, and I, do projects all over different municipalities, and the actual colors that are chosen are never an issue. So, we could get approved in Ladue for a particular exterior, and they could care less, or Webster could care less about what color it is, as long as they've approved the actual material.
Having submitted.
But I
in
just
the
wanted to
town
give
of
my
Webster,
2
I
cents. So
beg to differ, but.
okay, but
I'll second his comment.
well,
there.
that's been my
Very particular on
experience.
colors.
I just wanted to say a few things on her behalf that we did have a set of plans that we built to that got inspected, and as far as the materials go, I've had very little pushback on the color schemes of people. I've had them, the style of it has been challenged, but the actual colors themselves or the patterns haven't been. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents on it. That's all I had.
Come on up, state your name.
Christy Morgan. I think one thing I wanted to mention is my house is over 24 feet tall. So, and I live right around the corner. Also, this is right across the street from many commercial buildings right on our road happen to have that different colors within them. If you just go down one block, you have a high-rise that in some commercial buildings. This, to me, and you're right across the street from a bar. So May's house had some interest to the neighborhood. And as we've talked about before, the houses are all very eclectic and different in our neighborhood. And I have been looking at various sites, and they're starting to talk about these porcelain tiles, and very upscale housing, because you can make them look like stone. And in fact, I think they even use the same technique as your tile when they butt them together, how they do it, because it does look like a stone block. So I'm wonderful with it, and I know I've talked to other neighbors that are in the same liking, and if I was doing an addition right now on my little house, I would look into that same type, or even look at doing the facade, because it does look like stone. I have a little cute Tudor, and I'd like it to be a little bit more dressy and formal. But anyway, thanks so much.
I have a hand raised. Hang on. So Amber, I've unmuted you. Do you have a comment to make? And you need to give your name, please, address.
Hi, my name's Amber Jordan. I live at 8780 Lawn. I'm in the neighborhood. I have a clear view of this house from my backyard. And I just want to say, I think it's neat. The size doesn't bother me. The tile doesn't bother me. We have a very eclectic neighborhood. So I just wanted to kind of say that. And I mean, I'd be interested in what kind of things can be done without any drastic changes that the board would approve. So if we can be collaborative about that, great. But I have no issue. So that's all I wanted to say.
All right. Someone else raised their hand in the room?
I'm Sam Simpson, and I live adjacent to this property. And I guess I might be the oddball, but I'm totally against it. I feel like I'm living next to a commercial building. It's huge. Tile, I mean, that doesn't make sense. I actually took pictures the day they started, and I was outraged.
Can I take a peek at your picture?
What's that?
Can I take a peek at your picture?
Sure.
Just curious.
I did two. One from the...
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, the tile was up. That's the one I'm curious to see.
Started on the Brentwood side.
Good illustration of visibility from the street.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to about the, you can see it across the street as you pull out of Brentwood Forest. It's a little different perspective, partly because it's on the other side of it, but as you drive by, it really is a dominant feature.
I have many text messages from what are you living next to? Do you want to get out the giant checkers for this thing?
All right. So, I'm sorry, do you have more?
That's all.
Okay. Appreciate those. Thank you. To Amber's point, we are where we are. It is physically constructed. I'll leave permits, et cetera, to you. If this were coming in as a new submission, my comments about mainly the color, also hearing your comments about ceramic tile. I've used it on commercial projects, typically not seen on residential. It can add a stone look or a different texture, a different take on typical residential. If someone doesn't like siding, I would see that as a viable option. The massing, I think if it had come in day one, we might have had a conversation about trying to reduce, a roof slope or talk about the head heights. The original one actually had an asymmetric roof line that was a little more interesting. And you can see the eave was well below, where now the eave is almost right up, but things don't quite line up. And I do think that the wall color and pattern accentuates instead of minimizing the massing. We've also, the back massing was previously broken up because that roof line. This is now bringing more mass, higher, new window. I'm assuming that's air conditioning or something. Yes?
Ask about Brian.
Get up to the mic, please.
You need to go to the mic.
Well, the board is question about why the ceiling height is about 2 feet higher. Can you answer that? I have no idea, no clue. I don't know. This is.
It's the
I
side by side.
thought they
right
are
there.
the same as the
You can't.
existing.
Oh, yeah, you should be able to see it on the other side, yeah.
See it on the other side.
Could you explain that?
Sure, it was built however it was drawn. Sure. What's what are you guys pointing out?
So this roof line, the peak is approximately 2 feet taller than the approved peak.
The plan.
What he's saying,
What's
Matt,
on the
is,
left-hand side of the screen is the approved plan. What's on the right-hand side of the screen was not approved.
Matt, he never saw this. He had a permit drawing which was submitted
Correct.
and was completely different than what's up there. So yeah, that's why I'm just telling you the interpretation of what
I'm trying
his
to stay
reaction
within
versus,
the
yeah.
focus of
Right.
the board.
Yeah.
What was on the left-hand side with the
Right, on the-
asymmetric roof, it
On
was
the left-hand side, that's where that second floor was
correct.
not extended all the way out.
Yes.
The
So
plans that
have-
we had on site showed
we
the
have
second.
this versus
It did not
this.
have that siding on it, but it showed the second floor all the way through. So,
That would be a third version. We have to limit our comments to what this board approved, which is
Right.
the set that's on the left.
Right.
The set that's on the right is what's been constructed.
yeah, the set that's on the right, it was framed that way because that was what the framing plan on site showed.
Again,
Right, but
had
that's why.
not been approved by this board.
Right, okay,
So-
but that's what it was, but it did have Brentwood stamps on it though, and it did get inspected by Brentwood.
I was careful with what I said.
Gotcha.
It was not approved
Not
by
approved by
this
this board, but
board.
it was approved by the city. That's how it got built like that, but I never saw any actual plan with the tile on it. But I did see the plan with the second floor. So
So-
anyway, so that's how it got built, like the plan we had on site. And I don't know, does that plan still exist? I mean, is that one we had there?
The tile is like we
Right.
decided not to have a siding. So they won't show.
Right. But we did have a plan with that second floor on the
Yeah,
right.
the same thing we didn't alter.
So that's how it got built that way on the right. Okay.
All right, so Amber's point, it is constructed. Where other guests' point, not everybody's happy with it.
Sam is our neighbor. This is my next door. We've been very good, and he gave me a lot of good comment about that. Because one day, he start doing the fire and smoke about probably 8 feet high. I think that my inspector, Chris, came. He saw it, and then he called the fire engine, or fighter, the officer came. So he saw that I called them he called it. So he changed his mind to revenge this. I want to tell you that's the thing. Because he gave me a lot of good comment. He even toured my house.
Ma'am, that's,
trying
I
to
just
keep
want
the
to tell you-
conversation
But
focused.
again, it's
This-
our
that-
opinions.
Yeah,
That
I know
was-
it's
our
nothing to do
interpretation.
with that, but I want to tell you
Let
that
me,
is
let
what
me,
happened.
let me answer that for you. I was out there at the gentleman's house with the fire department. It was not from my inspector. It was from the neighbors calling about the smoke and the smell.
Chris was there.
It doesn't matter if Chris was there. If Chris did not
He
call.
called too. I saw that in front of him.
Okay.
He was talking to me. And
Okay.
he called. He said, "Oh my gosh, it's so high." And I didn't do anything, but I mean, that is a revenge. I want to tell you that that's the truth.
I'm
And
going to
that's a
keep
neighbor.
our
I'm sorry.
conversation focused on what's within the purview of the board.
I'm sorry, I had to tell you that's a neighbor. We try to be very good each other, but that's a neighbor can turn around and they kind of give you the dirty fee. You know, I mean that's the kind of neighbor. So I'm a little bit worried about it because they can do something wrong later. You know, I just want to kind of give you a heads up.
Neighborhood politics are always a challenge.
But can you imagine that they use the backyard, burn the bush?
Well, again, we're off the context of the purview of this board.
I understand. I just trying to get the point.
So, to move this forward, it would, I'm going to give my opinion to my
Okay.
board member. In my opinion, what has been constructed, it would be onerous to tell the homeowner to do demolition.
That's not our purview.
That's not our purview. So what we have is a home that has substantially more massing than was approved and a substantially different color scheme.
Correct and correct.
Without doing demolition or substantive construction work, short of removing the tile and placing siding or another finish, the most logical compromise that I can think of as a design professional would be to prime and paint the ceramic tile one of the four colors, maybe two, with a base or some accents over what's there. But that's my personal opinion.
To let some of the designers get together and come up with maybe an altered kind of look to it and bring it back to the board.
I would be more than happy to table this and let the owner come back with a suggestion. So
Okay,
my
and-
opinion on, as a board member and as an architect, is that the color and the pattern is enhancing the size and the impression of the building.
Okay,
I had that opinion before the neighbor spoke, just for the record.
The same here, yeah. I mean, I've been saying that since the beginning, so that it's, I mean, there's two factors that are
A more
large factors, not including the basic
more
trim concept.
harmonious exterior finish could make it integrate into the neighborhood and reduce that impression. My suggestion is to paint. If you would like to take the time to go back and come up with another alternative, and we can reconvene next month's meeting, more than happy to do that. With all due respect, she has other permitting issues that he has to deal with.
Right. And we also have other people that are presenting tonight, too.
I think we gone that far, and I have no any warning during the construction, and I don't mean to blame on the inspector, but I have no clue about. I don't mean I don't know anything. We change. I know. Because I suggest I should have a higher ceiling. Everything the same, nothing changed, but higher ceiling. That was the very beginning. I like it, but my architect tried to suggest me it should be lower. It's better because the energy saver. But later on, I say, no, I want to get higher. That's the whole thing is going up. No volume is because the higher, but the square footage is the same, nothing changed. But I say it's very unfair. I want to comply the law or call, but it's very unfair. I don't think we did a bad job. The job is very fine, because that's also my work. We had to do the good job on the construction. But I have no warning from construction till the almost done right now, almost, and told me disapprove. I need to do something. I need to get this, and I don't think this is fair to me, because I have my GC, Brian Cook, took the job because I have him. I should supervise myself because I do that job all the time. But he told me the inspector came and approved everything. The trust is up, it's approved. I didn't get any warning about it. Oh, you did an alteration. It could be earlier if they stop me. Then I get aware of, okay, because we didn't turn in, because I believe that the blueprint was turned in second time through the email, but I have no clue I had to have an ARB again.
So,
and I didn't get warned about that part.
So I
I don't think
understand
it's
that.
fair about this.
I understand that this was on the agenda at least a month ago. So you've been in this process and the revision for at least a month or two. So in an effort to move this forward, board's consensus at the moment is if the exterior finish were modified, if it were painted, that we could make a consideration to approving the massing, but with both the massing and the exterior finish color and pattern, that this, in my opinion, would not be a successful vote if we were to move forward. If you would like to take some time to come back with an alternate exterior finish next month, we can table this and come back and talk about it later. If we have to move forward tonight, if you're willing to make some modifications to the finish, we can mark up some drawings, make a proposal, and vote. And that would let you move forward with whatever permitting issues you have over there. But at the meantime, this board is not in a position to adjudicate what happened when with the inspectors. All I can do is look at the submission on the left was what approved. The submission on the right is what's built. The submission on the right doesn't meet our typical criteria for massing, material, and context. So if we want to move forward, I would suggest either you come back to us with a different exterior cladding solution, or we could say that you're going to paint the building with some appropriate patterning and trim to mitigate the color and pattern that is enhancing the massing. So we have two choices. You as the homeowner, I need you to tell us which way you would like to proceed.
I have another question. You probably understand, I know you are an architect, you understand the way to do the porcelain tile on the floor. If you take a piece of, a couple pieces of the tile, this still a little bit mixed up the whole thing. You know how that is. So not talking about the vertical. Now is everything in a very good position. If I take a one or two and then weaken the whole thing, you probably understand about that concept. I'm afraid of this is going to mix up my building again. It's not going to be make it better, it's make a disaster. Because of the vertical issue, with the rain, with the snow, we have a lot of consideration.
The suggestion I'm making is not to make any physical alteration to the tile at all. It would be to prime and paint ceramic tile on the wall, not to actually change the tile.
So your issue is a pattern.
The pattern and the color.
Pattern.
The pattern and the color are enhancing and highlighting the massing of the building.
But you understand also, to paint on the ceramic or porcelain, the paint has to be very, very specialty. It's not any paint you can do that.
It needs
I
the
have
appropriate primer to go over the ceramic tile on the exterior prior to putting your finished paint on.
Probably saw a lot of the building with the brick, they paint over. Do you know how long they can last?
So that is a completely different material because brick is porous, brick absorbs water, brick will take water from the inside of the house. When you paint brick, you're essentially locking the moisture in and the brick deteriorates. Porcelain tile does not absorb water. The material on the exterior and the building science is completely different. You can paint a glazed tile, which is what this is, without the same water issues that you have with brick.
No, you're talking about that is very subjective. The color is also the checkerboard again. If you paint this, paint that, it's become very similar. What I have is just different hue, different color. I don't know what we're going to accomplish.
You don't want to make any changes, is that correct?
I don't mean I don't want to make changes, but the changes I can think of is very difficult. It's vertical.
So then tabling would be a better option for us
I would then
because
suggest that we
then
table this and
you'll
give
have
you
your time to think
think.
about your options on it and how you want to treat it. That's what I'd recommend at this point. Because as it is now, I don't know that I would vote for it, so.
This is very subjective. I would just, if you can probably get 10 people and say maybe 7 people say I like it, the other 3 people don't like it, or maybe opposite.
Please speak into the microphone.
I say this is very subjective issue. Because it's a checkerboard,
And that's why we have a
probably you
board
put it, it's
And
also
a design
checkerboard.
guideline.
and a guideline. We have a guideline and a board. So that's why we're here.
I don't mean I'm going to be a, bullhead, but I'm just, because I've been doing this construction for 26 years. And I don't know any answer to paint over. If I paint over, even use a different color, it's also a checkerboard again, it's just a different color. It doesn't change anything.
My suggestion would be to paint it more of a monolithic, maybe with some accents, but the entire goal for painting that we're discussing would be to make it a tan or earth tone, single color without a pattern to mitigate the massing.
The other thing to remember is you have the front of the house as well. The concept of 2 individual designs entirely on one structure is also one of the things that I look at when I'm looking. I mean, again, I go back to the house down the street. I go back to the Lustron home that was brought up at the last meeting. That is a cohesive design that was done from the ground up. This is a different house on the back of another house is the way it's presented. And that's the way I see it. I don't know if Matt agrees with me, but,
Yes.
And that is one of the things that as a board, we try to have homes that are cohesive so that in their own right, they don't have to be the same. They just have to be cohesive homes and respect their neighbors. That's not what I'm seeing here right now.
Could I go for what you mentioned about to put the trim? I can go for that. That's easier. I can change that to change a little bit more to
So
have
again,
more wood
I'm
to
not
occupy.
sure how else to say it, but
Matt, may I move to table? Because there is some design that you have ideas on, and we want to respect your ideas and what you want to bring back to us, that you've heard our points. I mean, this is what we try to do, is we try to get the idea of our concerns and then we would like you to see our side of it and work with us. So I'm going to move to table it, if that's, but we need a second, so that's okay.
I respect your motion. Other than the homeowner, is there any other public comment or online? I just want to make sure we're not
Right,
cutting
that's
somebody
fine.
off.
I just want a point of clarification. Tabling is you don't know when it's coming back. So if our intent is to give her time and have her come back at the next meeting, it's to continue it to the January meeting.
All right, thank you. Then I would like to move to continue to the next meeting.
Okay.
So
The January meeting, not the next.
That,
January,
meeting is in 2 weeks.
yes,
Oh,
the next scheduled meeting.
That's right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're officially canceled for December, so
Yes.
this
That's
is
right. I'm
the
sorry, I forgot.
November, which is today.
continue it
So-
to the January meeting.
before we act on that,
Yeah,
our homeowner was speaking. We are now an hour into this meeting. We do have other submissions. So if you don't want to simply paint the outside of the building one single color and add appropriate trim, if you would like time to develop another alternative, I would second the motion to continue. However, that choice is yours. If you would say that you're painting the outside one color tonight, we can vote on it. If you'd like time to develop another alternative, we will continue to the next meeting.
So you are sure if I paint another color will make better? Is that what you suggest right now?
Board's comments are,
Paint
if
color
this
will
were
be,
primed and painted, maybe the light tan color, maybe one of the grays, but a single color, maybe an accent band at the base under the windows, or a trim band in line with the eave line here. If this was a much more monolithic earth tone color, we could vote on that now.
this is the earth color. I can show you the real one.
Monolithic.
Yeah.
This is not monolithic. This is multiple colors and textures.
I would say we should continue this to
Continue.
the January meeting so that she can present either what you're suggesting or something else that she would prefer. My concern is if we make the motion, it would not be quite understood by either us or the applicant.
Good point, it needs to be drawn so we all
Right.
understand the same thing.
and I
Correct.
think there were some other changes on the house too, so we need to kind of see what the whole package is of the work that has been done and is currently existing along with the addition, so that we can make a valid relationship of the front and the back. I mean, right now, we're only seeing a partial elevation of the existing condition.
So
Should I just go for the window trim outside?
the
All of them
window,
and to reduce, the.
But the window trim was already approved previously and should be there anyway.
all right, out of respect to all of our other applicants, we've had an hour on this. To Whitney's point, it doesn't seem appropriate to make a motion without a good graphic exhibit that can be entered into the public record.
Correct.
Therefore, please restate your motion.
So I would like to move to continue this to the next meeting, the next scheduled meeting is how I'll phrase it, rather than throwing any dates on, because
I will-
we may have snow days, who knows?
I will second that motion. Do we need a acclamation vote or name vote on a motion, or do they stand? You know what?
Don't know.
We're just gonna, we're
acclamation-
just gonna do an
Yeah,
acclamation.
you can do,
Yeah.
you can, but I will
You in
say the
favor of
next,
tabling, yes or no?
Yes,
I'm
continuing?
sorry, in favor of continuing, yes or no?
yes.
I am also in favor of continuing.
okay,
I just
I
want to
would
make
just
sure
l-
we've checked all the boxes for
yes,
the public record.
yes. The
All right.
next architectural review board is scheduled for January 15th,
My wife's birthday.
so.
Too bad Liz won't have dinner with you that night. All right, so we will be talking about that submission again in January. The next on the agenda is 9360 Pine Avenue. Pine. We have an applicant for 9360 Pine. No applicant? All right, this one seems very simple, but I will admit I'm not sure I understand this one. John, do you have insight or not?
I'm sorry, what?
9360 Pine. It seems very simple. It's titled, oh wait, Tyler Zimmer has raised a hand. I've unmuted you, Tyler Zimmer.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm Tyler Zimmer, owner of 9360 Pine.
Perfect.
All right. So essentially, we added a countertop to an existing butler's pantry that is interior,
Do we have a
and
volume control in here?
You're really loud, Tyler. Give us a second.
Sorry about that.
Can you scoot back from your microphone at home? Maybe that'll help us some.
Yeah, I'm talking from my earbuds, so I lowered the volume on my phone.
That's already better.
Yeah, that's much
Okay.
better. Still
Okay.
loud, but it's much better.
All right, I'll go more. So, we added a counter on an interior wall, and the window was large that would have been in front of the counter. So we installed a shorter window where the existing window was. It's the same width, it's just shorter, and it's on the side of the home. And just proposing to add siding there instead of brick. It's not viewable from the street.
So what is the color you're going to use on this siding you're adding?
Black, which
Black.
matches the existing window trim.
I see. And then this is a picket fence all the way around the house?
Yeah, it's like a privacy fence, solid.
6 foot?
I think
tall?
so.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions?
Do we have any public comment on this submission? Seeing none, it seems like a reasonable solution.
So we just need to add the black note on there, and then I will move to approve as noted.
He actually has black vinyl siding in his note.
Oh, it says, sorry, I'm reading right over the black, and you're right. Thank you. I will move to approve as submitted.
I will second. Roll call vote. Paul Turner,
Yes.
Matt Foreman, yes.
What were you going to do with that? I was,
It's just moved to
As
approve
submitted.
as submitted.
no, I mean, as submitted?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sorry. Matt pointed out the obvious that I was being
He has
blind
the-
or
he has
I heard
the
black
dyslexic.
and I wasn't quite sure. I just wanted to make a note.
It's called out on the drawing, so we're good.
Okay.
And it's just literally a 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot piece of siding. I think we can approve that one.
Yeah,
So-
that's basically out of sight.
All right, so you voted yes, I voted yes. John's all caught up. Thank you very much, Mr. Zimmer. And you can now finish up your business with the city.
Thank you.
Next meeting agenda item is 9339 White, covered patio, detached garage. Give me a moment to find your plans. Actually, more than that, but 2 of them are in PDF. All right, so site civil, oh, one's for the garage, one's for the house, is that correct? All right, tell us about your project.
So, excuse me, my name is Jennifer Taylor. I'm with Terra Nova Builds, and I was the designer on the project, and our company is going to be doing the construction. We are proposing to build a freestanding garage at the back of the property, redoing the driveway, currently asphalt and kind of crumbling, so she would like a concrete driveway, and then doing a covered patio off the back of the house. And there's a little 2-story deck marked porch, kind of in the little L there at the back. And that is getting new railings as well as some new posts because the current posts are rotten. I think that's pretty much it.
All right, so looking at the elevations, I'm just gonna put some highlight on here. I'm seeing new railings and finishes here.
Yes, that's the little
And-
porch that I was just mentioning.
Is this new as well?
Yes, that is the covered patio. That's the new covered patio.
Okay, and then separately, we have the new build garage.
Yes.
And then that shows very nicely back here detached. Was there an existing garage there, or was
No, there
it
is
only a
not.
pad? Okay,
There's no garage at all.
perfect. All right, are there public comments on this submission? And let me go look online. Down to one guest. See no hands raised. All right. So is this door and siding existing?
Correct.
I see railings and such here, but this is at grade, so the railings are only keeping people off of that little drop.
Right, because the side slopes down as the driveway goes down
We
to
don't
the street.
want people tripping off of it.
Right, because it's like just a couple inches at the beginning, but then it's like 8 inches over, later, so,
So,
yeah.
your head, Mr. Turner. All right, so we have permacast posts, we've got railings, we've got siding, we've got fascia and trim. Do we have colors in your submission noted?
Everything is noted to match the existing trim, siding, color. Permacast columns are going to be white. Basically, the house is kind of a taupey gray kind of color. And that's the brick portion is painted and the siding kind of matches it. And so all the new siding that we're going to be using for the ends of the roof over the patio and then the garage will all match the existing siding. All the trim is white, so all the trim will match as well. The railings will also be white.
Now, are the columns white or are they the
Yes.
taupey color?
No, they're going to be white. So all those are going to be white like all the existing trim. And the existing windows are all white.
And is the siding taupe?
Yeah, it's should have some photos that were submitted as well that shows the color of the house.
It's been a long day.
You could go with gray if you want. It's kind of a
Up to
funky
me.
gray color.
Funky gray taupe.
Yeah, taupe, funky gray,
I think we're substantially there. All right.
Close enough, right? We're good with numbers, not letters.
Spelling was never much happier drawing than spelling.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to leave these highlights on here. They were just to call attention for those viewing. And if they are noted somewhere else, I'll trust you on that one. I'm just kind of doing that for clarity. Any other comments or suggestions, Mr.?
No.
We have a motion.
Is this an as clarified? There we go.
Clarified.
There we go.
Cover
I
ourselves.
will move to approve as clarified. I mean, and again, this is something I haven't even thought of when I do my own drawings, which is match existing. We probably should all say, well, the existing is, and just do a table. That's,
Yeah.
I've done the same thing. So
Yeah.
it's not a criticism, it's more of a commentary for all of us. So
Yeah, you know,
that
when
was,
Clarity for the public record.
yes, clarity for the public
right,
record.
so
Thank
you
you.
voted
That's it.
yes.
I voted yes, yes.
Matt Foreman votes yes. Thank you for your submission.
Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda, 8906 Powell, replace deck frame with new covered deck and stairs. Do we have an applicant? I don't see. Oh. Come on up. Let me find your drawing. Hang on.
Sure. So Damon Keeble, 8906 Powell. While you're pulling that up, the gist of it is there was a 12 by 14 deck there, original to the house, probably 25 years old. Had been, resurfaced or refurbished recently, but was showing signs of rot. It's a south-facing deck with full sun, and so we are rebuilding the deck, the same dimensions, 12 by 14, but with a gabled cover roof over that for the sun protection.
I think I have pictures open if you give me a moment to get through all the things we've already reviewed.
Yeah, with a checkered pattern and, no, sorry.
Is that you?
That is me, yeah.
All right, so then there was another one. Plot plan deck. There we go.
So you can, started taking this apart with the anticipation that Caldex would come rebuild. Some of that's still standing just because it's supporting an electrical line and whatnot. But that is the frame of the 12 by 14 that will be replaced completely.
So same footprint size, new structure.
Yes, yes.
And then adding a roof, which wasn't there in the original design.
Correct.
Thus the comments about south-facing sun. Was there originally a stair as well?
There was. It was a single run stair that ended out in the middle of a pile of rocks. I wanted it to turn, come back around, and end on the patio.
All right, so for materials, so you got a roof pitch, you're saying match existing, which looks like, are you saying match the existing white siding and trim or match the existing natural wood deck?
So
Clarity.
ultimately, it's going to end up both. The house is white vinyl with white trim, so the roof part of this will be a white trim, whatever, underlay part of that.
White structure, beams, columns. What about the deck structure? Will that be painted or natural?
Yeah, so the deck will be Trex or the equivalent brown. The rails and actually the beams will be black metal Yeah.
Railings are black, all right. Add a couple of notes. Black. Oops, God, spelling's just terrible tonight. Spelled it what?
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 Okay.
All right,
So is this if it says Trex enhanced steel railing? Oh, so that's an all steel railing, black.
correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. At first, I was thinking that was a Trex material on the top of the rail
But
or the
then
bar rail.
the
A
actual
single tone
Trex
black, right?
decking, I'm gonna say is wood tone.
Gotcha. Okay.
Columns,
The columns are 6x6 pine or treated pine, but then they're clad in a metal casing, which is, I guess, a Caldex
Casing,
standard.
Not a,
Yeah.
not a Trex siding or
No, it's not, yeah,
Trim
right.
railing,
It's not a
gotcha.
multi-piece siding. It's a single sleeve.
pipe,
It's black.
those were black.
fine
Okay.
with black.
So is that top beam also black or is that white on the roof structure itself? The cross detailing, it looks like there's either a large fascia or a,
A truss element of some sort.
yeah, it's, I think,
I honestly don't know if we spec that out.
what would you like it to be?
So underneath the roof, it's going to be exposed. I don't know if it's going to be shiplap or something, but it's going to be a stained wood underneath. So I'm thinking if I'm sitting on the deck looking out, the crossbar would also be a wood tone instead of a, I mean, I could go white also to match the trim around the rest of it. Defer to you guys.
You're going with black on the columns. I think the wood tone on the exposed structure would be nice.
Well said.
Yeah, I'd go with that too. Now, is that actually an open gable or is that a siding between the truss work?
It is open gable, so it's open
Oh,
triangles.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, then I think Matt's right. I think that there's a wood tone up there that would all make more sense.
All right. Are there any public comments on this submission?
Do we have anybody online still? Besides us?
No visitors.
Okay. I'll move to approve as annotated.
Y'all usually
Being
do.
bougie, he said annotated.
It's annotated.
We can't spell annotated over here.
Oh, okay, gotcha. In that case, I'll revise that to as noted.
All right, I second. Calling the roll.
Yes.
Paul Turner, yes. Matt Foreman, yes.
Okay,
Be a lovely addition. Thank you.
yeah. Actually, a two-story up there makes more, or a roof covered one up there. If it's where I think it is, it's facing down the hill, right? Next to the tower.
Oh, yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, I think that's where they are.
Where am I? I'm losing my place. Don't need that. All right, 9108 Moritz. Our first new house out of all these submissions. All right, let me get your drawings open. All right, tell us about your project. I'm gonna go find you on Google Earth.
My name's Mark Mathis. I'm father to
Also
this-
Mark Mathis.
Mark Mathis. Mark K. He's Mark K. He's going to be buying this house.
Gotcha.
But it's 9108. It's
Thank you. Jeez.
next door to remodel job that we finished a few months ago. So there was a lot included in the sale, so decided to Mark might be interested, and so we worked on the two-story plan. I don't know. Got the square footage exactly. Depends what you count. But it's somewhere around 2,400, I think, 23.
Even though I looked at this one earlier, so.
All right, 9108 Moritz. Okay, so you back up to the high school. So this lot was actually there, but are you subdividing?
Was subdivided already?
It was an original 2 lots that the one property owned both sides, and it never was combined. Yeah, it's always,
I think this is the first one we've seen where nobody's tearing down a big house and splitting it. It's always been empty.
There's a fine.
Sure. Yes, I would agree with that. All right, so,
We will be sharing the driveway, and there's a cross-access easement recorded.
so that answers one of my questions, because the existing home has a garage down here. I'm doing that up there, sorry.
Yes, so we'll be
I was
sharing.
just assuming you're seeing what I'm seeing, but there's an existing garage down here. All right,
That existing retaining wall will be approximately where the foundation's going to be. Far right side of the.
reminds
our
me of
house.
those. I always remember them because the developer's name was Hitler, but what's that street? Yeah, there's,
On Litzinger?
no,
No, okay.
I could find it on the map, but we approved a new build, very similar, 2 new houses, 2 lower level garages facing each other, 1 shared driveway. 15 years ago.
Right.
I was, I did not remember that, but that was before me.
No, that was before you. No, that was, there was one like that on, I think, St. Clair.
Yeah, because partially, I mean, when I see elevation like that, I was like, are they on a corner? And I hadn't pulled up the plans yet, but that answers that. So the driveway is going down the hill opposite the other one, and,
The garages will face each other.
yep. All right, so help me, is there a retaining wall or,
There's an existing retaining wall there.
okay, so
It'll come
the
down.
back of the porch didn't have any railings, I'm going to say facing the high school, which I believe is south. Because this is at grade. Is that right?
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
So I look at this, I've got a driveway, I've got a garage, I've got a first floor, 2 stairs, and this. This looks like a retaining wall. Right. So then from here,
Similar to what is the retaining wall that exists.
so somewhere here, there's a retaining wall. You lose your battery
Oh, no, I'm just moving this back so they can.
so they can see. Thank you.
Good idea.
Look at you being proactive.
Thank you.
I'm only trying to get a handle on where there are railings and where there aren't. And my concern, so is this railing on the top of the retaining wall?
That is an architectural mistake. Grade there.
Gonna
Where it
use,
says number 1, right next.
use one of my favorite tools.
Oh, look at you there. So it looks like it's
Waited all
about,
day to do that.
it looks like when they drew it, they were expecting it possibly over 2 feet, which would entail a rail. I think we're,
That's where I'm trying to get to.
so it'll probably still have, not the one with the X on it is not showing on the plan. So we'll just assume that the red or the purple X is perfect. But yeah, it looks like it'll probably have something like that around the deck, which you'll still have to have on the retaining wall side anyway. So you're still going to have some sort of rail.
Where that retaining wall is that comes.
Come forward to the mic.
Closer to the mic. Yeah, there'll be another retaining wall there, similar to that, in that same direction, in the same location, approximately.
Approximately, but by the time you build your foundation, you're probably tearing out the existing walls, building new ones.
Correct.
So any new retaining wall over
24,
4 inches,
unless we've amended that for something lower. Sometimes the different municipalities have them down to a foot.
just going to need a handrail for safety on top of it.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to use that same one.
All right. So we got window trim. We got nice detailing on the front porch.
So I
We've
didn't,
got accent shingles,
is this a brick or all siding?
all siding.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, he does that, looks like he's got some masonry columns.
Gotcha.
We're actually thinking about, and I think we submitted it that way, but thinking about just using a large column, wood column in the front, no
Okay, yeah,
brickwork.
yours is the one with the illustration on that, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I miss that? I
So it's a
probably did.
full height column rather than a, having be on a pedestal at all?
Nope, yeah, we're thinking about no pedestal at all, just a straight column.
We should probably note that now if that's what you're
Yeah.
gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Cross access, don't care about that.
I
ARB
can get
application.
those architectural plans
Colors.
revived.
There we go.
Gotcha.
So is that the wood?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's gonna look like that, so.
All right, so do your song and dance while I mark this up.
You can also put a note on there that says see photo,
Ooh, good point.
because it's in the set, it's just,
All right, so we just had that document with colors.
so is that a
Siding.
similar size? Yeah, I guess that is probably a similar size front porch in height, elevation, is that right? Does that sound right?
Say that again?
So the height of from the ceiling to the porch level is about the same on this
Yes.
project?
Yeah.
So is that like, are those, is
Pretty close to the scale.
yeah, that's what I was thinking, is this pretty close in size to what's
Got
there?
a 9-foot plate, so. Just for clarity, so the wood finish is on the columns. What about this fascia board? Is that wood or is that matching the trim up here?
Sort of copy the colored picture that we
Oh, is there another rendering I missed?
Oh, yeah, I don't think I saw that one when I was looking. Access to it, so.
color rendering.
This looks like the CD set. I didn't
That's what I
find
have
it.
open in Bluebeam. Site plan, site man, cross-access easement
It's the first one.
colors?
Colors.
Thought that's what I had open.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was.
I don't see a rendering. You happen to have a copy with you or on a phone or something? Perfect. I would love to say, see attached rendering and have you send it to them. You left this up here an hour and a half ago. Oh, it's your phone?
Your phone.
Oh, okay.
It's yours.
You guys have matching covers over there?
Yes. It's becoming a problem. I actually walked off with another director's.
Yeah. They gave us all these photos and they're all the same.
Were they on sale or what?
I don't know. Who knows?
Do they have a Brentwood logo on them yet?
No.
Other
I know I can
comments?
find it. Is there something that we can move?
I think we're fine. We'll just, so if the trim is going to be, you got the shake. That's the shake up in the gables. The siding is this. What about the window trim and the trim above the?
That's going to match that.
Okay, so trim is going to match the shake color.
Is there a place I should send this to?
Send it to me, yeah.
If we can borrow your phone for a second. Assuming it's up.
And that's on this, that's the same for the windows and all the other stuff, correct?
Yes. Trim color.
Trim color. What color are the windows? They
Black.
Oh, they're black windows. Yep. Okay. This is a case where that works well with the black.
Yeah, yeah.
But the front
I'm
door,
glad to see we are not doing just black and white this time.
we haven't seen a modern farmhouse in months.
It seems like it was, 2 months ago. That's months, I guess. You're right.
Front door. Wood tone, cedar, wood,
Yeah. Wood tone.
I'll pull it up as soon as I get it.
I think we've actually got enough stuff noted that we should be okay.
Yeah, the color is what he was saying.
We've got the siding, we've got the shake, we've got the shingles. All noted.
Carl's not here. There's no.
Go ahead, kick him while he's down. All right, any other comments on this submission? Do we have a motion?
Can you pull up the sides real quick? Let me.
I still
see.
haven't gotten the image, but I think we should just show it just to be.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go. That's valid. Trim.
Email has not come through.
Add a note,
Specs, the side.
any,
Do you have it open
Show
on your
them
phone?
the-
Yeah, just show it to us.
show
so
it to us.
That way we can at least say we saw it. Oh, gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And the retaining
Oh, the
walls
brick-
just, retaining walls
Gotcha.
just
That's all going
concrete.
all
You're
together,
not
so
planning
that's
on-
not there.
I'm sorry.
What about, so the side of the foundation, the exposed concrete,
was
is that
this-
just staying concrete or is that getting painted?
I was planning on painting it
Matching the siding or just a white or a gray or
a
what do you-
white or a gray.
that on the new retaining wall as well?
Yes.
A note, exposed concrete and
So you have
retaining
a,
walls painted white.
The dark tone waterboard trim, obviously not a brickwork.
Yes.
Okay, but the trim is all the way along the base too, that's the same color. Gotcha, and I believe that's noted already. So that's fine.
Garage door wood tone. Garage door wood tone or another.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I would definitely like it to be that.
Going white?
Definitely not white.
Not white.
Yeah, I wouldn't do white, I'd go
No,
with
like
black
with
if you've got black windows,
We're
but
pretty much just doing, like, wanting it to have it be green and brown, wood tone.
wood
Yeah,
tone.
so-
Yeah, I don't think there's really any price difference between the two anyway.
It seems to be a very thought-out, cohesive color scheme. We'll note whatever, just to make sure that they're clear of what's going in the public record. All right. Any other comments?
I'll just at least state that the house addresses the pitch that we normally like to address the neighboring properties and all the rest of it, so. But I'll move to approve as noted.
Second, calling the roll, Paul Turner,
Yes.
Matt Foreman, yes. There you go. We're ready to go see
All
that.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
Back to our agenda.
This earlier?
Building official or director's report.
No.
No, our next
quit.
meeting is January 15th.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Mark. Be careful.
Great night.
So please mark your calendars. Have a quorum issue.
Thank you. All right.
I will say we'll have to do it quickly because it's my wife's.
Say 16th?
60.
60th, okay.
Say, Liz didn't invite me. All right.
Just all the heck with this meeting.
Move to adjourn. Aye. We stand adjourned.